Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd also like to start off saying I appreciate everyone coming out. I think we all realize that public planning is probably one of the most passionate times when everyone comes out and speaks their mind. And we all appreciate, and we all appreciate the comments that we hear from every single one of you. I think every single one of us feel that we are elected to represent all the residents of this town and the town as a whole. And when we look at planning and applications, we look at it from a high level view of what's good for the town as a whole. And when I look at this area, we've talked about this many times as a council, and this, I'd say, vision has been going on since 2010 when the Promenade Plan was developed, and it was to intensify the Yonge Street corridor. And so we have that vision where we want to incorporate that intensification into our town. We're looking at many things, the Library Square. We're looking at bringing people within this area. I look at this application and I see that. That's what it's doing. It's also helping with the growing population of our seniors, which we're desperately going to need extra housing. And so I think that speaks to that, and that's what helps out with this. So I see that as a benefit. And for me, I've always stated that if there's not a benefit to the community as a whole, well then we don't move forward with an amendment. As I look forward, I see many benefits in this application. I see that the proponent, the developer, Aurora United Church, has listened to the concerns, have made substantial changes from what I've seen. They've dropped 2 floors. They've done some extra tiering. I'd like to see a little bit more tiering, but I agree. I think that when we get to that general committee meeting, we can still work on a few things, traffic study, and I think there's some things, but I do agree with everyone. I think everyone here does agree. We're close. We're very close. But I think that we need to keep moving forward, and we, as Councillor Thompson mentioned, we have an obligation to make a decision tonight. And while it's not a final decision, but we need to make a decision moving forward. But to my main point, that this meets what our vision is, to intensify within the downtown core. This brings in the Aurora United Church back in its rightful place in the heart of Aurora. And so I'm fully comfortable moving forward to the general committee meeting, and I'll support the motion in front of me tonight. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just quickly, I want to just state that it seems that from all the conversation around the table, we're pretty much all in agreement that we would like to still see some minor changes come back. We want everyone to still work together before it comes back to general committee, and where we can finally have a final application that everyone can get on board with. But I'm hearing that from all my colleagues around this table, and so with that being said, Mr. Mayor, if I could ask for a recorded vote, please.